Hey guys,
What's up?
we're doing a bit of a quick thing here at the beginning because we wanted to give the shout out.
Yeah.
We got a very important message a couple days ago from a fan, from one of you guys.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I want to give a big shout out to Brandon. Thank you, Brandon, for emailing us. We really appreciate it. And
Brandon.
And your pun game is solid, my man. It's almost as good as mine.
I laughed out loud when I read it.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm gonna be completely honest. That made my day getting that email.
Thanks, Brandon.
So thanks again, Brandon. If anybody else wants to email us with funny puns they thought of, or thinks they can do better puns than I do, please feel free to email us at itstheextreme@gmail.com. That's itstexxstream@gmail.com.
Yes.
Because we'd love to hear from you, because it makes me happy on the inside and it makes my heart warm up.
And you will most likely get a shout out.
And we will definitely give you a shout out. Absolutely. Okay. I feel bad that we didn't give you a shout out in our previous episode.
Yeah. Well, we had one episode stored, so we had to play that one first.
Yeah, we sometimes have a backlog of episodes that we record, so it's kind of hard to stay in real-time response to you guys, but we're going to try and do better about that.
Yeah, for sure.
But enough of us rambling on. Let's just get to the episode.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Extreme, where we play through video game soundtracks. My name is Zach.
Hello, everybody. Oh, wait, you just did
it?
that. My name is Joey.
Did I get it right? I didn't get it right, did I?
I think you said we played through video game soundtracks.
Isn't that
Which
good?
is right.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why that sounded wrong.
It sounded weird.
I don't know. It felt unnatural for some reason. I'm not going to redo it, though. It's fine. It's fine.
Good. It's good.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How are we doing today? And by we, I mean, how are you doing, Joey?
I'm doing
I can't
great.
talk to them.
I'm doing great, Zach. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I just clobbered down some delicious pizza into my gullet, and I'm a pretty happy camper.
Nice.
Ordered myself a deluxe Canadian pizza with extra bacon and double cheese. Nice. And now I feel like I need to take a nap.
That's what it's for.
Exactly. Excuse me. But before I go pass out and take a nap, hey, anything you want to talk about before we kind of jump into podcasting here?
We could, do a podcast. I don't know.
Are you sure? I mean, we could talk about other things. How's the weather over there?
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah,
are you seriously asking me that question?
I know. Well, where I am, it's not horribly bad.
So, if you listeners didn't know, Zach is in Toronto and I'm in Montreal. Mm-hmm. And we just got 40 centimeters of snow in one night. I
heard it was really bad over there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the storm really kind of passed over where I lived, and I just Toronto didn't get really hit all that bad. But I keep seeing videos of Montreal, and Jesus, man, it looks like he got pounded on.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fun as it can be, right? At least it gives you an excuse to go snowboarding, right?
Oh.
You can head up to Tremblant.
I should.
You should. I wish I could. There's no hills here. Mm-hmm. Unless I want to go to
Gotta come to Montreal.
I know. I will. I will be coming soon.
Yeah.
And maybe we can do a live recording from your apartment.
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool. All right. So stay tuned, listeners. That might be happening.
Next season.
Next season.
Extreme.
I don't know. Yes. Well, it's got to be on next. Are we breaking up seasons by game?
I don't know. Next game, at least.
Yeah, next game. Because we're pretty close to done on this one.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, where did we leave off on our last episode?
We beat the last of the Mavericks.
We did.
Was it Crush Crawfish and Blast Hornet?
Yes. And Blast Hornet. That's correct.
All right.
We took them down and we got their weapons and we had a fun time doing it, if I recall correctly.
I had fun.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember being angry. So I must have had fun.
There you go.
By the transitive property. Didn't get angry, therefore I had fun. That's how that works.
That's how life works.
Exactly. But before we go on and do what we normally do here, my internet cut off for a little bit. Before we move on and go and fight Sigma Doppler, Doppler Sigma, Soppler? No.
Digma. Actually.
Digma. I like Digma better. Before we go and fight Digma, we have to go back and do a quick couple revisits.
Yeah.
Because we have been touting all about this hyper chip, this gold chip that we wanted. And one of the requirements is you need to get everything except for the chip enhancements.
Right.
And we have yet to do that.
So let's do it.
Let's go do that right now.
All right.
So, just for our listeners, I want to give a quick rundown of where we'll be going. I just need to quickly make a stop in Tunnel Rhino to pick up the helmet upgrade and a heart tank. Then we're going to drive down the street to Blizzard Buffalo. I left a heart tank on the ground there in the frozen section. Then I gotta make a U-turn, turn right back around and get into Toxic Seahorse because I left a ride armor there that we couldn't quite get to. And finally, our last stop of the evening will be Crush Crawfish, because I left another heart tank and a ride armor.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I forgot a lot of things, you guys. But give me a break. I'm trying to do this without looking at game facts or stuff like that. And the only reason I know that I actually had to go to these places is because I got the helmet upgrade, and it eventually does tell you where you have missed upgrades.
Oh, nice.
So instead of it being just a blank screen of information, once you have that helmet upgrade, it just tells you what items are there, including if there are secret items.
Cool.
And by secret items, I mean enhancements.
Right.
So that's the reason I know. Yes, I played through these beforehand. Shocker. So that's how I know. Other than that, I think Joey will just put in a nice little musical montage here, and then
let's have some listens, you know.
Yeah. So for continuity's sake, let's just take a break right here, and then we'll start talking about. Maybe we'll just dive into Doppler. So.
Should we just
Joey,
dive right into it, like?
Yeah.
Right after.
Well, we'll come back and talk about some stuff.
All right.
I mean, I did mainly talked about this stuff that we've got, but we can talk a little bit more.
All right, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
And welcome back.
Yep. Hey, everybody.
I told you we'd be right back.
Yeah, so that was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, relatively. I don't know how long we're going to make the music run for.
Yeah, but it's fun music, so I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I like re-listening to those tracks or make me pretty happy. I do enjoy all those tracks.
Yeah.
There was only one track I didn't like, and we weren't going back there anyway. So yeah, I kind of already ran through what we've got.
Yeah.
Just a couple of heart tanks, the helmet upgrade, which I kind of went through before, but I forgot to mention, actually, on top of it, telling you prior to entering the stage which items you haven't or have gotten. Once you actually get into the stage, the first thing it does is actually creates a grid map of the stage, like in like 1x1 cuboid grid form, and it'll actually show you where the items are.
Nice.
So it'll kind of give you a grid-like breakdown, and if you can understand the grid in the context of the stage, then you'll know exactly where the items are.
That's super convenient.
Which is probably, I gotta say, this is the best helmet upgrade to date. Helmet upgrades, they just don't know what to do with them until right now. This is the most useful one. X1, as much as I like that game, that helmet upgrade was stupid.
Yeah, it's like, I guess we could have things fall on his head.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, maybe he could use his head to crush bricks or something. What? He's a robot. His head is already metal. He doesn't need another plate of metal to... Okay. And then X2, they're kind of getting on track with, like, the finding items thing, but it was really limited.
Right.
To, like, the screen you were on.
Yeah, it's kind of useless.
Yeah, because you never knew if you were in the vicinity of an item, and so you just kind of have to use it everywhere to make it useful.
Yeah.
But this one, it actually, like, makes it useful.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Exactly. Like, I don't need that shit. Like, it's a helmet upgrade. Telling me things and giving me more information is perfect for it.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed.
I gotta say, X3, best helmet upgrade so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were a couple ride armors that I forgot that we got. So one of them was their frog. No, we got the frog. It was hawk armor?
Hawk armor?
Or falcon armor? I forgot the name of it.
Isn't it frog armor or something?
No, we got frog
we
armor
got it
before. Joey vamp for me for a bit while I look up which one it is.
Vamp?
Yeah, vamp. Talk about something. Do things to make shit so that it doesn't sound like we're just talking about nothing.
Vamp.
You're really killing it. I love it.
Okay, here. I will get the old Megaman wiki and tell you some facts from there.
Okay. Why is this taking so long? Not you. Me.
So, Megaman X3, known as Rockman
I found it.
X3. I didn't know that.
Dude, yeah, in Japan it's called Rockman. You know why?
Because it rocks.
Well, duh. But actually, it was a play on words, because in the first Mega Man was called Rock, and his sister in the first game was called Roll. So, rock and roll.
Oh, wow.
Get it?
So 80s, it's ridiculous.
I kind of love it.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. And then just now he became, he's just Rockman. And it, like, makes no sense unless you think about it as rock and roll. But yeah, so there we go. Thank you for that. It was the kangaroo armor that we got. Yes, the kangaroo armor. And then in Crush Crawfish, we got this last armor, which was the hawk armor. I was a bit confused there, but we're good. We good now.
Yeah, we good.
We good.
We're ready to
yes.
Get that master chip or whatever.
Yes, we're ready to pick up the hyper chip, and we're also ready to take a sip of water because my voice is cracking.
Glug.
I realize that when I take a sip of water, considering my microphone is so close to my throat, you guys do hear me take gigantic glugs of water.
We get all the detailed sounds.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if you don't like that, and you're welcome if you do. You get up close and personal with me. It's like you're right next to me.
Yeah.
But before we quickly dive into the stage, I want to just make a note about the new menu music that comes up when you defeat all the Mavericks, which I like it a lot more than the standard one, because it at least fucking goes somewhere.
It's not just one bar.
It's not just one bar. It at least has like that part where it goes like like if it was just like that would have been like the first one.
Yeah.
But at least it interjects it with fucking
another thing.
Like one other thing. All right. That's how low my bar is right now for this menu music. I just want one other fucking thing.
They did it.
And they did it, and now I'm happy. This is me sounding happy. I'm happy.
Good.
Oh, bad. Let's just go into the Doppler stage.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Stage 1.
Doppler stage 1 is a go. I am recording.
Oh shit, is it on?
Oh?
What?
Oh.
Hello! This is entering is an Extreme, yes.
Yes, that's the one. Hi, guys, Extreme. That's us. We are Extreme.
Didn't see you there.
Hey, yeah, please.
Never seen you.
Please make sure to knock before you come in. Guys, seriously. It's very rude.
Yeah.
Like, we could be doing things in here.
Yeah.
Like playing games.
Even though we're not in the same room.
But we're metaphorically in the same room.
Yeah.
We're all in the same room right now.
Whoa.
I know, I'm getting meta on you. I'm getting meta on you.
Deep shit.
Deep shit indeed. And speaking of deep shit, oh shit, we're in Doppler stage 1.
Deep.
We're in deep. Much like Adele, we're rolling in the deep.
Oh, God. That is all I'm taking from you.
Okay, it's fine. I was barely gonna take that. Let's just start. So the music here in the first stage, I really like.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
It's got
Fast paced.
Yes, it's got that good, solid beginning of the Gauntlet kind of sound to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Reminds me of the X2 theme.
Yeah.
Very fast paced, very upbeat, like you said.
Good job.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that the music team was going to do a good job. Sorry.
Yeah, true.
So I just wanted to call it out because that's what we're listening to in between here. But as we move on, there is a bit of a background show going on here, kind of showing off a little bit of the story, so to speak.
I guess.
If you kind of dig into it a little bit and wonder, hey, why are there a bunch of broken robots here? What is that supposed to signify?
Is it all the robots that Megaman killed?
I don't know. They all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
They all look actually like bright armors that kind of got busted up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like an old army.
Yeah. So, kind of interesting, but I don't know, maybe I'm just digging into it a little bit more than I should.
Maybe Wiki knows.
Maybe Ricky knows. Maybe this is just Doppeltown.
Maybe that's just what it is.
Or, I don't know, maybe we've just been fighting in Doppeltown the entire time.
Whoa.
If so, there's a lot of real estate that could be developed in Doppeltown, considering that giant fucking hole in just the middle of nothing. Anyway, I talked enough about that. Anyway, so as we move on here, we encounter our first interesting obstacle, which I'm going to say in lieu of notable enemies, because there are none, because we've already seen them all.
Right.
So, interesting obstacle. Falling ceilings.
Of spikes.
Of spikes. Of course, because everything needs spikes.
Yeah.
Because we're made of something that just is immune, is very much... Spikes are our bane. The bane of our existence.
Yes.
Words are eluding me right now. But spikes suck.
Spikes are bad.
Yes, we can't handle spikes at all.
Yeah.
I still don't get why.
It's the rule. The Mega Man rule.
Like if Mario hits anything, it's bad news bears for him.
Yeah.
So kind of like if Mega Man hits spikes, it's just game over.
That's it.
Fair enough.
Gotta live with it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Enough. So.
So as we move through here,
we get into this room.
To the mini boss.
Yeah.
Wait, before we talk about that,
Oh no, we're not there yet.
I wanted to talk about the wall crushers.
Yeah, we got some wall crunchers.
So yeah, as kind of an homage, I guess, to X2, they have like miniature wall crushers. Not like the big ones that kind of crush in on you, but just kind of ones that move from left to right.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to keep moving up as you normally would.
Yep. They're not too fast.
No, they're not too bad at all. But I think that was supposed to be an homage to X2, so I think I caught that.
Cool.
Yeah. So there we go. That's a thing. It's not as kind of epic as it is in X2, where there's like a robot that sees you, flies up to the top, and then tries to crush you. Like
Right.
that's that layer of tension where it's like, oh shit, like he's gonna do something up there. Now it's just here's
It's like
walls.
the level, part of the level.
Yeah. So whatever. Anyway, now we can talk about the mini boss.
Yay!
So you want to start us off while I take a sip of water?
Sure. So you get into this room, and he starts walking towards you, slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zero shows up. The wall starts coming, the ceiling starts coming down. And Zero's like, oh, I'll just stop the ceiling from falling down.
Yeah. Just kind of out of nowhere, like, he just kind of says, oh, the ceiling is falling. And, like, you have no indication that the ceiling is falling because it's been half a second since you entered the room. And then he just kind of shows up. Like, okay.
They could have at least had the ceiling start falling.
Yeah, right? Just like a little bit. Like, it doesn't need to fall a lot because I get it. Like, you don't want to restrict movement too much. But at the same time, like, show, don't tell.
Yeah.
Like, at least have, like, a second or two where you see it start falling and then have Zero come in.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool. You know? Like, showing us that it's falling and giving us that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, okay, I guess we don't have to worry anymore. Never mind.
Kind of like what happened with Mac, just showing up, being like, hey, I exist, and I'm a good guy, but actually, wait, I'm a bad guy now.
Yeah, right. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they're just kind of putting story things in for the sake of having story things.
Yeah, but kind of failing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, this is probably the most story that they've had in an X game up till now.
Yeah.
Well, like, kinda, I guess. X2 was about the same in terms of story, but
Yeah.
I don't
They tried
know,
to
man.
add a bit more, I guess.
Yeah, they tried to add a bit more, which we'll talk about in a bit, actually, because it kind of comes through in the bosses that we fight.
All right.
So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, the guy in the mech suit just kind of shoots forward pellets and rockets, and there's not really much to talk about. He's kind of a pushover.
Yeah, you hit him in a couple moves. Hit him in a couple moves.
Hit him with your hypercharged charge attack, and he goes down pretty quick.
Yeah.
But Zero then comes back, or we walk over to Zero, and he says, "Be careful!" and then flies away. I'm like, okay. As we continue on here, there is a ride armor pad and a secret ledge,
Yes, sir.
which I suggest you get because we are off to get the hyper chip.
Oh, yeah.
The hyper chip, the infamous hyper chip that we've been hypering up since
We are about to get it, finally.
since the beginning of when we discovered enhancement chips, which I don't remember when that was anymore.
Like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, maybe. But yeah, you should probably get a ride armor because you actually need full health to activate it. So if you have a ride armor, it'll just tank the damage from the gauntlet of enemies that you're going to fall past in this area.
Indeed.
I personally chose the Hawk armor because I think that is the best one.
Yeah, and it looks cool.
Mm-hmm. But as we make our way down here, you get to the end, and you jump down a pit and into the hyper chip room.
Ooh.
But
And we see Dr. Light.
yeah, he doesn't say anything weird or corny for like getting the ultimate upgrade. He's just kind of like, here's this chip, it'll do everything later.
Yeah.
He's not gushing like he did in X2 where he's like, you're so cool. No. He doesn't care anything about it anymore.
He's over it.
He lost his hype.
Yeah.
He's not even wearing his gi or anything. I'm actually kind of upset. I mean, this is a cool upgrade, but it's not like a one-hit kill upgrade that we would have gotten, you know?
Right.
I mean, I do appreciate that it's kind of like spacing out the upgrade as opposed to just making it like an all-in-one attack kind of thing upgrade.
Uh-huh.
It's making everything
Like
about you
little
good.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like overall, if you split the attack of like the Shoryuken or the Hadouken up into like its parts,
Right.
then that's what this would probably be.
Yeah.
So let's break it down. The hyper chip upgrade, first off, makes you gold.
Makes you gold. That's the coolest part.
It turns you into Gold Mega Man.
Yeah.
Or Hyper Mega Man? I don't know. But you get 4 new upgrades, I guess you call it. Yeah. Okay, so the first upgrade is that when you're standing still, you will automatically recharge your health and sub-tanks.
Convenient.
So it's pretty convenient if you just kind of leave the game running and go make a sandwich. Maybe make a mega sandwich.
Oh.
You can just get all your health back and fill up all your your sub-tanks
Sub-tanks, yeah.
for those bad fights that you're worried about without actually
Indeed.
having to go search for health.
Yeah.
So afterwards, you get a damage boosting upgrade, which once your shields are up, you cut your damage by about 75% now,
That's good.
which is fantastic. So most attacks will barely do anything to you once that's up.
Yep.
And then
We've got a double dash,
get a double dash. Not,
like a Mario Kart style.
Damn it, how did you know I was going to say that?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I guess we're just too smart for each other.
You can't like pass up a Nintendo reference.
No,
know?
you really can't. Especially us. Big Nintendo heads. That's right, so we get the mid-air dash. The double mid-air dash.
Yeah.
And finally you get the hypercharge, which is a new attack, which basically allows you to shoot off an unlimited amount of charge shots while it's active.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about charging up anymore. It's already charged and you can just shoot off so many attacks all at once.
Pretty sweet.
It's pretty dang cool.
Pretty dang cool.
Yeah. So as we move along here, just a couple. There's some spike boulders falling, and
Yeah.
and
And then
I wasn't gonna talk about this, but I feel like I have to talk about it.
pretty much. Oh, is it the wall?
It's the wall enemy again. It's the wall enemy always. Why do I always have to talk about it? Ugh. It just shows up at the worst place.
When they have boulders falling on you.
Exactly. Like, the developers were like, fuck you guys. Like, you're about to finish this stage? Nope, I think not. Let's put a fucking wall in front of you so you have to wait for the huge wall thing to fall. And then while that's falling, you have a spike boulder fall on you. God damn it. Just a big fuck you to playing this game. Anyway, let's talk about the boss. What
Alright.
boss is?
Well, which boss?
So you go first.
Okay.
Well, actually, before we do that, let's just kind of talk a little bit. So, in Mega Man X3, I was made aware that depending on how you defeated certain bosses throughout the game, you will have different end-game fights.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically surrounding bosses and mini-bosses.
Yeah.
So Joey and I are playing this a bit differently. So what he saw was if you had destroyed Bit and Bite instead of just beating them. So I just beat them. He saw them get destroyed. So on the destruction path, who was the boss?
Yeah. For
No,
me.
I'm asking you.
Oh, yeah. So it's just like this huge crusher dude.
Press disposer I'm seeing here.
What?
I'm seeing on my favorite Mega Man
you're on the
wiki,
wiki?
the press disposer.
Press disposer, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just like this weird looking thing. I don't even know like what.
Yeah, it looks like an elephant or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got like a. I don't know. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
he's got kind of like tusks.
I don't know. It looks
Anyway,
weird. He's got like weird, like tiny hands or something, like in its
he's got those
shoulders.
little tiny hands, but he extends those hands. That's like his only attack, pretty much. extends those hands, grabs you. He also like shoots out acid from his tusk-looking things.
Oh, okay.
And there's also this thing on the ceiling that just shoots garbage at you. It's like, all right, just like another thing that you have to avoid.
Really? Why
Yeah.
garbage?
I don't know. Well, the background is full of dead, broken robots, so maybe it's like taking it from there and tossing it at you, you know?
I guess so. Maybe it is just recycling the robots to
as
make...
it attacks.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when you get him down to like half health or something, he shoots like acid onto the floor, and you can't be on the ground anymore. You have to just like stay hugging the wall, like climbing the wall.
Okay.
And yeah,
Interesting.
that's it.
That's pretty cool. And what's cooler is that there were two different boss fights here.
Yeah.
So in my fight, I actually fought Bit and Bite again, because for me, they weren't destroyed. They just kind of teleported away.
Yeah.
So in shame, they came back, got upgraded by Doppler, and have combined into one robot
Fusion.
with the craziest name, God Car Machine O Inari. Like, oh my god.
God Car Machine. I want one.
Like, yeah, what is it even? Like, I'm looking at the picture again, and I still don't understand it. It, like, has 4 legs, like a belly underneath it, and then, like, an Anubis body with, like, a big ring around its head.
Okay.
Looks like it's imitating some kind of, like, Buddhist god or something, like, or like a Krishna or something, I don't know. But, like, I called it, I didn't know it was called God Car Machine O Inari, because how would you ever know that without finding a wiki site like this? So I initially called it Mecha Anubis, because it looked like Mecha Anubis. Mechanical Anubis.
Cool.
Yeah. So I thought it was pretty interesting. But the boss fight itself is actually pretty boring. He'll only do really 2 attacks. The slash his sword, which once it hits the wall will make tiny upward and downward slashes, and which is easy enough to avoid now that we have the hyper chip and can jump twice in midair.
Yeah.
And then he'll try and grab you and slam you with his tiny, tiny hands. All
right.
I don't know why, but they're like in comparison to the rest of his body, his hands are very tiny.
Who knows?
I don't know, but
Maybe it's make him look like a dinosaur or something.
I don't know. What I do know is that this boss music is way better than the other boss musics.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
I do agree. The other boss music was like kind of weird and annoying.
Yeah, I didn't really like it all that much.
This one's like actually like boss. Feels like a boss, you know?
Very epic, I gotta say. I'm a big fan. I'm a fig band.
Ha ha ha.
I'll be here all night, folks.
The boss music for the normal Mavericks, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would have been nice, but I guess that kind of makes this all the more special.
Yeah, I guess so.
In that it only shows up this time.
Yeah.
Well, for now.
And we are going to wrap it up here, folks.
Yeah, that's it's going to call it for tonight. We're not running long or anything, but it is a bit later tonight than normal, than we would normally end recording. And both of us have work tomorrow and a couple other things we got to do. So we're going to call it here.
Yeah, we'll just have to put more focus on Doppler 2 next week, I guess. Stage 2.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll see how much more time we have next week. Let us know if you're okay with these episodes being a little shorter. I mean, half an hour, again, not that short. It's actually probably going to be, once you put the music in, like closer to 40 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But let us know if you're happier with this kind of...
do you want them longer? Do you want them shorter?
Yeah, like, are you cool with this kind of length?
Yeah.
Or do you want us to ramble on for about an hour each week? I mean, whatever really works for you guys.
Yeah.
And well, mainly for us.
Right.
Because we're recording it. But either way, we wanted to thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, criticism, or anything you just want to reach out to us and say hi, or ask us what it's like in Canada, or what the weather's like here, we'll give you updates.
Weather updates,
Most of the time it'll
politics.
be snowy. We'll give you, maybe not politics.
Nah.
But we'll definitely be in touch if you reach out to us.
For sure.
So you can reach out to us through iTunes. You can leave us a comment or put a subscribe, or hopefully you're already subscribed. But
Or Podbean.
On Podbean, if you want to leave us a note there, or if you want to just send us an email. What's the email address, Joey?
It's the extreme at gmail.com. That's ITSTHEXSTREAM.
And that has been
.com.
Spelling with Joey.
Gotta make sure that you get it down.
Next week
and understand these letters that are coming out of my mouth.
Next week we'll get you how to spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. See how long that takes us. You could fill an entire half an hour just with that.
Probably.
Just
could be a good activity.
I'm just messing with you. But thank you guys again for listening, and we'll fade out here to the wonderful sounds of the password screen as we normally do.
Oh yeah, don't forget to write it down.
Do not forget to write it down, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
See ya.